Devon Hamilton Winters had always trusted his instincts. Whether running a multi-million-dollar company or navigating the stormy waters of family drama, he knew when a calm day hid thunder on the horizon. And lately, thunder felt too close. Bryton James, ever the quiet observer on set and the man who knew Devon's journey better than anyone, had teased in interviews that danger is coming. Fans assumed he meant danger from an outsider, an unhinged rival, a shady investor, maybe even someone from the Newman or Abbott world looking to tear apart Devon and Abby's fragile peace. But no one knew that the danger wasn't coming. It had already arrived. Chapter 1, Cracks in the Glass. Devon stood inside the Chancellor Winter's office, staring at the framed photo on his desk. Him, Abby, and little Dominic. The sunlight hit it just right, reflecting off the glass, making the perfect family look even more glowing than they truly were. But under the glow, cracks were forming. Abby had become restless, packing between her new responsibilities and an uneasy feeling she refused to name. She loved Devon deeply. She knew it, he knew it, the whole town of Genoa City knew it. But with Chance's sudden shift in their dynamic and a few lingering insecurities that refused to die, Abby found herself second-guessing everything. And now Devon could feel the air changing around them. Like a room with one window open, soft wind, but something rattling. Chapter 2, Warnings. Bryton James leaned back in the dressing room chair, catching a glimpse of himself on the script cover. Tomorrow's scenes were heavy, intense dialogue, emotional shifts, and a few reveals that would send fans reeling. He chuckled softly. If only viewers knew how close the fiction was to exploding. Danger ahead, he had said in the interview earlier that week. Devon and Abby's marriage is about to face something they never saw coming. People assumed infidelity, betrayal, secrets. But the truth, it was more human than that, more devastating. And it would begin at society. Chapter 3, The Misunderstanding. Abby wiped down an already clean table, lost in thought. Chancellor had stopped by earlier, needing advice about coping, rebuilding, rediscovering purpose. They had talked for nearly an hour, but the conversation felt different. Not romantic, but weighted, heavy. Devon walked in just as Chance placed a hand on Abby's shoulder in gratitude. Innocent, but not to Devon's eyes. He froze near the bar, watching a moment he desperately wished he could unsee. His throat tightened, and his heart sank, not out of jealousy, but out of fear. That kind of fear you get when a nightmare is so familiar it feels like déjà vu. Abby looked up, startled. "Devon, hey," she said with a smile that wobbled as she saw his expression. Chance immediately stepped back. "I know what you were doing," Devon said quietly, "and I know what this looks like." Abby reached out, but Devon stepped away. The danger, Bryton had hinted, it wasn't a villain. It was silence, miscommunication, a once unbreakable trust suddenly trembling. Chapter 4, Words Left Unsaid. That night, Abby found Devon sitting in the darkened living room, staring again at the family photo. The house felt too quiet, like something sacred had slipped through the cracks. "Can we talk?" she asked gently. He didn't look up. "I don't want to fight." "I'm not fighting, I'm explaining." "Which means there's something to explain." Her breath hitched, not in guilt but frustration. Devon, Chance was going through something. He needed support, that's all. Why didn't he go to Sharon, or Heather, or anyone else? Abby hesitated. "He trusts me." And I'm supposed to be okay with that. The danger Bryton warned about was happening in real time. Two people who adored each other suddenly trapped in a maze of doubt. "Devon," Abby whispered, her voice trembling, "I chose you. I love you. But if you start doubting me every time someone from my past breathes in my direction, we're going to destroy ourselves." He closed his eyes. And for the first time in months, he didn't have an answer. Chapter 5, The Real Threat Reveals Itself. The next morning brought more than sunlight. It brought a letter. A legal, cold, crisp envelope sitting on their doorstep. Devon picked it up, brows furrowing as he tore it open. Inside was a notice. A challenge to Dominic's custody agreement. Filed anonymously. But the lawyer's signature was real. Abby's stomach dropped. This can't be happening. Who would do this? Someone who wants to shake our foundation, Devon said, voice low. Someone who knows one crack in our marriage makes us vulnerable. Abby looked at him, eyes wide. Devon, if we don't stay together on this, we're going to lose more than trust. We could lose Dominic. He met her gaze. And for the first time since the society misunderstanding, they stood on the same side of the line again. Chapter 6, Fighting Back. The danger wasn't emotional anymore. It was strategic. Real. A threat to their family. Devon and Abby moved fast. Attorneys, security checks, private investigators. Their fear bonded them again, but fear wasn't love. It wasn't healing. It was only glue holding broken pieces together. During a late-night strategy meeting, the truth finally emerged. The anonymous challenger was someone from Tucker's orbit. Someone hungry for leverage. Someone who believed Dominic's inheritance and connections made him a prize worth fighting for. And that revelation did something unexpected. It pushed Devon and Abby closer than they had been in weeks. We cannot let anyone take our son, Abby said, fire in her voice. Devon nodded slowly. Then we fight together. Chapter 7, A Marriage at the Crossroads. The threat had momentarily united them, but when the danger passed, as all storms eventually do, Devon and Abby found themselves standing in the quiet aftermath. We need to fix us, Abby said softly. Devon swallowed hard. I know. Do you still trust me? She asked. He didn't answer right away. But when he finally spoke, it wasn't the polished CEO or the wounded partner or the man overwhelmed by fear. It was Devon, the man who loved Abby with every flawed part of himself. I'm trying, he whispered, but I'm scared. She took his hands. Then let's be scared together. That's how we win. Epilogue, Bryton's warning comes true. Bryton James smiled knowingly on set as the director called for final notes. Viewers would soon watch all this unravel. Misunderstanding, emotional danger, legal threats, cracks in trust.